Hello, everyone, and welcome to Easy Flow English. My name is Mike.
And I'm Sarah. We are so happy you are joining us today.
Today, we have a very important topic. It's something you will hear a lot when you meet new people. The topic is, tell me about yourself.
That's right. It can sound like a big, scary question, but don't worry. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly how to answer it with confidence.
We'll break it down into small, easy parts, from your name to your hobbies and family. Ready to start, Sarah?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, let's begin with the very first thing people want to know, your name.
Right. This is the starting point of any introduction. The most common question is, what is your name?
Exactly. Or to sound a bit more casual and friendly, you can say, what's your name?
And the answer is simple. You can say, my name is Sarah. Or for a shorter answer, I'm Sarah.
Perfect. So listeners, take a moment to practice. Say it out loud. My name is, and then say your name. Okay, great. After names, another very common question is about where you are from. It's a great way to learn more about someone's background.
Okay, great. After names, another very common question is about where you are from. It's a great way to learn more about someone's background.
Okay, great. After names, another very common question is about where you are from. It's a great way to learn more about someone's background.
Definitely. The question is simple. Where are you from? Or someone might ask, where do you live? And it's always nice to add a little detail. For example, I am from Brazil. It's a beautiful country with amazing beaches. What about you, Mike? Where are you from? Great job! Now, after you share names, the conversation often moves to work or studies.
I'm from Canada. I grew up in a small town surrounded by mountains. It was a great place for outdoor activities. People ask, what do you do?
Fantastic! It's so interesting to learn where people are from. Now, let's move on to jobs. When someone asks, what do you do, they're asking about your profession. We've touched on this, but let's go deeper. That sounds amazing. So listeners, your turn. Pause the podcast and tell us where you're from. Remember to add a little something extra about your hometown or country. That sounds lovely. For our listeners, adding a small detail like that makes your answer much more interesting. It gives the other person something to ask about, like, oh, what kind of outdoor activities? It's a great way to build a connection. That sounds beautiful. For our listeners, take a moment to think about your answer. How would you describe where you're from? It's a great way to share a piece of your world. That sounds lovely. It's always interesting to hear about where people grew up. It tells you a lot about them. This question simply means, what is your job? So, Mike, what do you do?
I am a sound engineer. I help make this podcast sound clear and professional for all of you. What about you, Sarah?
I'm an English teacher, and I absolutely love helping people learn.
So, for our listeners, the sentence is, I am a, followed by your job title. For example, I am a doctor. That's a great way to put it. And there are so many different jobs people do. For example, you could say, I am a software developer, or I work in marketing. What if you're a student, Sarah? That's the basic structure, but we can add more detail to make it interesting. For example, after you say your job, you can add where you work. You could say, I'm a teacher at a local high school, or I work as a chef in an Italian restaurant.
Or, I am a student. That's a very common answer, too.
That's a good point. And if you don't have a job, you can say, I am looking for a job.
If you are a student, you can say, I am studying history at the university. Or to be more general, I am a university student. It tells people what you are currently focused on.
Exactly. And if you are a student, you can add more detail. For example, I am a student and I'm studying engineering, or I'm studying to be a doctor. Sarah, when you were a student, what did you study?
If you are a student, you can say, I am studying engineering at the university, or I am in high school. It's also great to share what you enjoy about your studies. For example, I am studying history, and I love learning about the past. That's very clear and positive. So a quick review. My name is, and I am a. Great start.
All right, we have names and jobs covered. Let's talk about something more fun and personal. Hobbies. And if you are a student, you can be more specific. For example, I'm a university student studying engineering, or I'm a high school student. Let's dive a bit deeper into that. Your job is a big part of your life, so it's a common topic. If you work in an office, you could say, I work in finance, or I'm an administrator. And, it's always great to share a little more about your work. For instance, why you enjoy it. I became a sound engineer because I've always been fascinated by music and technology. Combining them is a dream for me.
Yes, this is how you get to know someone's personality. You can ask, what are your hobbies?
Or a question I like is, what do you do in your free time? It sounds very natural. So, Sarah, what do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I like to paint. I have a small art corner in my apartment, and it's very relaxing. How about you, Mike?
That's really cool. For me, I enjoy playing the guitar. I'm not great, but it's a fun way to unwind after a long day.
Unwind is a fantastic word. It means to relax.
It is. So for our listeners, you can answer by saying, I like, or I enjoy, and then the activity.
For instance, I like reading books, or I enjoy cooking.
I like to play sports, like football, is another great example.
And remember, when someone tells you their hobby, you can ask a follow-up question to keep the conversation going, like, oh, what kind of books do you read?
That's how you make a connection. Great tip, Sarah.
Now let's talk about favorites. This is a really easy and fun part of small talk. You can ask about someone's favorite anything. You mentioned you play the guitar, Mike. What kind of music do you enjoy playing?
Totally. Let's start with an easy one. What is your favorite color? For me, my favorite color is blue.
I love yellow. It's such a happy color. Okay, next one. What is your favorite food?
Oh, that's a tough one, but if I have to choose, I'll say pizza.
Me too. My favorite food is definitely pizza. See, we found something we both like.
Now, what about the opposite, dislikes? How do you talk about things you don't like?
Good question. You can simply say, I don't like. For example, I don't like spiders.
And I can say, I dislike waking up early. So you can use I don't like or I dislike.
Exactly. Now for a topic everyone loves, animals and pets. You might be asked, do you have any pets?
If you do, you can say, yes, I have a dog, or yes, I have a cat.
And if you don't?
No, I don't have any pets. But to add more to the conversation, you could say, no, I don't have any pets, but I love dogs.
That's a great tip. For example, I do have a pet. I have a cat named Luna.
Aw, that's a lovely name.
Okay, for our last section, let's talk about family. Sometimes people might ask, tell me about your family.
This question sounds big, but your answer can be very simple. You can start with your brothers and sisters, who we also call siblings.
Right. For example, I have a younger brother, so I would say I have one brother.
And I have an older sister, so I would say I have one sister. If you don't have any siblings, you can say,
I'm an only child.
perfect. People might also ask what your family members do for work. For example, what does your brother do?
And you can answer, he is a student. We use he is for a male and she is for a female. So, Mike, what does your sister do?
She is a writer. She writes books for children.
How lovely. And someone might ask about my mother, and I would say, my mother is a nurse.
See? You just need a few simple sentences to tell someone about your family. It helps them get to know you better.
And that's it. We've covered all the key parts to answer, tell me about yourself.
That's right. We talked about your name, job, hobbies, favorites, dislikes, pets, and family. You now have all the tools you need.
The most important thing now is to practice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you are trying.
Well said, Sarah. And that's all the time we have for today on Easy Flow English.
We really hope this episode was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode.
And please share this podcast with your friends and family who are also learning English. It helps our community grow.
Also, take a moment to like this episode. It lets us know you enjoyed it and helps other learners find us.
And now it's time for our question of the day.
That's right. We want you to practice. In the comment section below, we want you to answer the question, tell me about yourself.
We can't wait to learn more about you.
Thank you so much for listening.
Until next time, goodbye.
Bye, everyone.